Hey guys, how's it going? Medlin here with another Epic 7 video, and this video is all about SBA, Silver Blade Aramintha. She's going to be coming out in the Mystic rotation a couple hours from when I'm recording this, so you guys in the future, she's already probably out. And I'm going to kind of guess that you guys are wondering whether you should pull for SBA. And the answer is probably no. The people who will benefit the most from having Silver Blade Aramintha in their roster probably already know they want SBA. So if you're on the fence or you're asking whether or not you should pull for her, means that you probably don't benefit from having SBA in your team for a couple of reasons. The first one I want to talk about is that we're probably going to see Sage Ball and FCC sometime soon in the couple months, because we know that FCC is going to be the reward as a skin in the RTA this season, so we're probably going to get an FCC rerun sometime soon. And Sage Ball hasn't had his rerun in like forever, and he's a beast right now in RTA. So if you're close to pitting, I would suggest saving up for either those two heroes, or maybe we are going to get a new broken hero, the new ML5 in the near future. The second reason why I think you shouldn't pull for SBR is that she isn't that strong in PvE. There's just better heroes in PvE. Mine's fairly decently built. I only got 90k CP. And so she's not good in World Boss either. In terms of Arena and GVG, there's just better heroes to play. There's more safer units that you can play. The fact that she's way too much RNG for those places. The only spot for her, for me at least, is going to be RTA. And even then, she's one, kind of niche, two, really hard to pull off, and three, she's kind of replaceable. So I'm going to show you guys in a couple clips later on. There's going to be 3 fights where I show you the first one is going to be a typical SBR debut where she sort of pops off, stuns everyone, supplies burns, and then I control win from there. The second one is where she's in the Bruiser team. So as you can see, my SBR is fairly tanky, like 14k HP, 1400 defense. So she was able to survive a Rylot S3. I did have some mitigation, actually I had both mitigations in that team, but it was just showcasing you that she can be played in a Bruiser team. It doesn't have to be a full-on squishy control SBR. I think this is the build that's best for her, where you are having a mix of attack, effectiveness, speed, while still maintaining some form of bulk. I'm actually considering to change her gear, which I'll show you in a bit. But also the third video, is going to be really different in that SBR literally does nothing in the fight, but it's the reason why I won that fight is because SBR was in the draft. It forced my opponent to counter SBR so hard that I was able to win with my other units. And no spoilers, it's a pretty fun fight, I would say. But in that fight, SBR did absolutely nothing, but I won because she was drafted, and it's really hard to play. You guys gotta see the fight for that one. And yeah, so this is the build I have. Like I said, fairly tanky, a little bit of everything. I'm kind of considering whether this stat is better, or do I just sacrifice attack and go for more health. I'm not 100% sure yet. I might try this where I'm losing so much attack though, but I gain a little bit of effectiveness and a little bit of health. I'm not sure which is better right now. I gotta play around a bit. I'll let you guys know. The other thing too is that I did mention that she's replaceable, right? And the unit that I would replace her with is Fire Tenny. I think they both have the same spot in terms of RTA, in that they're both like highly impactful cleave kind of DPS slash control unit. You could equate the stun that SBR has with her sleep, and then you'd say that this is like some form of damage, right? SBR has burns, she has death break for other units, so they're kind of similar. So that's why I don't think you should full for SBR even more, because even if you need someone like SBR, she can be sort of replaced by an RGB unit, so it's really hard to justify pulling for her right now. So for this first fight, it's going to be a typical SBR debut, where the opponent doesn't counter SBR and lets her through with some form of a stripper. So I'm gonna ban CZ, and he bans FCC because he wants to play his MO Ball, which is pretty good to pre-ban FCC because FCC could counter to MO Ball. So I'm gonna draft 2 units that counter MO Ball: Cerise with her Restrict, and a Tywin with Battle Command, the S2 passive. He goes ahead and picks Bazaar into RB, which means I'm probably just going to ban the Bazaar, so I'm not going to counter it yet. So I'm going to go LQC here to counter the RB, and I might, did I go Sanji here. I think I went Sanji or either that or SBR first. I might go SBR here. Yeah, I think I go SBR first because I don't know whether I'm going Sanji because I'm not sure if I'm banning the Bazaar yet. I'm not 100% sure. Probably have to because considering, you know, I don't want it to proc my Bow Command from my Emerald Tywin and then get slapped by the ball. So I'm gonna go ahead and Sanji here because I already know I'm gonna ban the Bazaar from this entire team. I don't really care about the SSB because I have strips into stuns, right? And I also got some form of sustain in Sanji, so the SSB probably not gonna do super well here. Yeah, so I'm gonna end up banning the Bazaar. He goes ahead, I think he bans my LQC. I don't really know why he bans that one. I don't think that's the best ban. I think he should have banned the series. That way I don't get my early strip. Like I said, this is a situation where the opponent probably underestimates the power of my series. Sagebell goes turn 1 here, but as long as I don't get stunned, and yeah, I don't get stunned, doesn't matter because I have my I have Emerald Tywin to protect me from the sleep. I'm the S3 on my series here, trying to get the strip onto the, I think I S3, I'm pretty sure I S3. I definitely have to S3 because I need to strip that SSB, that way I could stun it with my SBR. But 15%, fun game, amazing game, 50% so fun. Now I'm kind of in trouble because I needed to land that strip, that way I could stun the SSB, so I'm gonna get a lot of the batbacks here from the SSB. I'm the S3 on my Sanji, give everyone attack buff and the speed buff, and I probably just let it rip on SBR here. I mean, I kind of have to because all the other 3 units need to be controlled, especially the RB. Also, he applied defense buff. Doesn't matter because burns ignore a lot of defense buff. Yeah, the fact that this SSB's batbacking really hurts me. So I want to kill this RB ASAP before my Sanji is gonna lose her buff. I'm gonna S1 the RB, save my stun for the SSB, and get the S2 proc. Ended up burning the other 2 units again. Pretty nice, but that just caused the SSB to batback again. It's gonna start hurting. Now I gotta start killing the ball. Or actually, did I kill the ball? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just S1 the ball. Yeah, just S1 the ball because it's already got a burn, so it's gonna pop S2 either way. I think he resisted something, I'm not sure. That's already a lot of burns. And SB batbacks again, so yeah, it's kind of annoying that got resisted. And also I got death broken on 2 of my units here. This is gonna hurt. But it's a fairly tanky SSB. My series does die. Yeah, I need to because I still have my what do you call it? Immortality. I'm gonna hit someone else. I got lucky though and finally got a stun on the SSB, so now I can control it. He gets angry for some reason, considering, you know, you got 15% and I wouldn't be too mad. You actually got lucky here too, buddy. I'm gonna try to S1 the SSB here. Try to get more burns. I got a stun there. Get more burns. Stuns, burns, stuns, burns. That's power of SBR. If you don't respect the SBR, I did get unlucky here though. Kind of annoying that that 15% into the I wasn't controlling the SSB early. But I don't know why he's so mad. You got lucky early, buddy. Just gonna apply more burns. I'll apply more burns. Yeah, I don't have a lot of attack on my SBA because I opted for a more tanky build. Yeah, I'm gonna S3 here. Try to stun everyone else. More burns, more stuns, more burns. Pretty good damage on the SSB there, but I think I'm in sort of trouble here. I think I land something. Land 1 burn and S2 again. Kill everyone else. Street bats back. It's fine because I'm kind of tanky. Yeah, and then I win from there. Also the attack down helped here. The fact that her from the attack down from my Sanji lowered her batback damage, and I'm just gonna S3 here and eventually kill her. And that's it. It's pretty typical SBR debut. 50% kind of sucks, but you know, you still end up winning in the end. GG. So for this draft, my opponent had first turn here. He first picked Flurry. I went ahead and went straight into Bazaar and SBR because I was testing out SBR here and wanted to see what happens when I first picked SBR. My opponent decided to answer with Emma Ball plus the Raz, so I opted to counter the Emma Ball here with Cerise and FCC. Both of them pretty good into Emma Ball because Cerise can restrict, and then FCC has the shield, right? That way Ball can only strip 1 and has the potential to strip the shield instead of the immunity, keeping my team not asleep. And then my opponent answered with double emo Dark Knights in the form of RB and Rylait, so I opted to go for LQC. That way I have double mitigation now. I'm fairly tanky, and LQC counters both those units because they're dark, and LQC is pretty good into dark units. So my ban here is going to be Flurry, and the reason being I was pretty sure I was going to survive the RB plus Rylait combo. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna ban my SBA because he thinks he can kill her, but if I'm tanky enough or I get two of my openers go first, I'll be in a good spot. So I wasn't worried about either of these DPS, considering I had a pretty good chance of either controlling them or just straight up surviving. So Flurry was the big threat because she can strip into a death break, and that could kill probably anyone else in my team. Alright, going to the fight, we're going to see that my series is going to take turn 1. The Emerald Ball and the Rylait are also pretty fast, faster than my SBA at least. So I'm going to S3 on my series, hoping to hit the Rylait. I do not, but I end up hitting all the debuffs on everyone else. Since this Emerald Ball is restricted, he's forced to use S2 on my team, which is bad for him because I still have shield and immunity to my FCC, which means there's a chance that I was going to remove the barrier instead of the immunity and keep my team safe. Which is what happened, and the Rylait goes straight into my SBA, and like I said, my SBA is fairly chunky. I've got Argus, I've got Adamant Shield, and the Rylait was way too fast for it to have high attack stats, which means there was no way he's keep killing my SBA here. The Rouse is gonna give everyone defense buff, but if you don't know how burns work, it ignores 70% of the opponent's defense. So long as I land a couple burns here, it's gonna start hurting for him. I do end up hitting the Rylait as well, and I actually landed all my burns. No, I think I'm missing 1. That's 7 out of 8. That's so good. No, that's 6. 6 out of 8. That's still pretty good. I'm gonna S3 on my FCC here, give myself skill mod because I want to kill the RB here. I would have S1 the RB if my Cerise wasn't stunned, because I could have S1 the RB and finished up with Cerise, but since my Cerise is stunned, I was forced to S3 the RB, lose my immunity, and when the RB S3s here, which she will, I'm gonna end up being blinded, which kind of sucks, but you know, I'm still in a good spot considering his entire team is, well, 2 of his teams is still stunned right now. And Rod's gonna take a turn again, but he still has 2 more burns. That's gonna hurt the next turn. He's probably gonna hit into my. Alright, he stops going to my SBA. That now he realizes that she's fairly tanky. My SBA is blinded. If I miss, it won't apply burn, but so long as the target is already burned, you'll still proc your S2. And you can still proc crowns potentially. I don't think I procced anything there though. Now I'm in trouble with the Emerald Ball. I need to kill it super fast before he can S3. This is why Emerald Ball is really strong right now. But since it's pretty low now, yeah, it's probably gonna die from the burns. RB gets a dodge and a counter. Kind of sucks, but I'm way too tanky for him. End up dual attacking with my SBA. Probably do I soul burn? I shouldn't, but yeah, I'll just hit the RB here and splash into the Emerald Ball. Ooh, didn't get burned. I think the ball is dead. I'm not sure. I probably should have played it safer and tried to hit the ball here. Guaranteed. Oh, it's provoked. Never mind. It's provoked by the FCC, so it doesn't even matter. I didn't even see that one. Rusty's gonna take her turn here. He's gonna. Don't know why he went for that one. I mean, he didn't get death break, so I got a little bit lucky again. But the enemy team is way too low from SBR's burns from the earlier turns where I landed too many burns. Again, I do realize I got lucky here. All the counterattacks in the world, I don't think it's going to save you because LQC can easily solo from here. Yep, kill the RB, burn into the ball, make sure that's dead. Splashes into the Aras here, and yeah, that's game. Alright, so this one is probably one of my favorite fights because first of all, it's against Shuffles, and second of all, it's actually showcasing SBA in a different way. She doesn't carry the game here, but she's going to carry the draft in a way. So Shuffles does take first turn here. He's going to pick his Aramintha. I opted to ban his Fire CC because I play Sar a lot. Sar pretty weak into Fire CC, and also I wanted to control more, so I didn't want to give him another form of immunity. So I'm going to open up the Bazaar and SBA here. I know Shuffles has a lot of anti-control units. I know his Destina is very high ER, and I know his Ray is very high ER. But I want him to play those units because I'm gonna go draft differently afterwards. So I'm gonna start with Bazaar SBA, pretend to do some form of anti-control. force him to counter my control, and then I counter the counter to the control, which you're gonna see here in a bit. He picks his Mort, which pretty good because then he can't be stunned. I have both crowns on my Basar and SBA, and he also plays Destina. Pretty good unit. His Destina is very tanky and very high ER. So I'm gonna play Landy here, which is he's just gonna carry my team. And I play not Destina, Dian. I'm gonna play Dian as well to get myself attack buff, and also since Dian is countered by Landy, it's a pretty good combo because I'm already removing the Dian counter by playing Landy here. He does play his Ray as well, so right here, because I have Basar SBA, he is forced to go double anti-control, which are fairly squishy units, and they're not super good into high damage outputs, into like Landy, and especially with that attack buff from Dian. And he grabs his Charlotte, which pretty smart because yeah, it counters my Landy even if I have Guiding Light, which I don't. But if I had Guiding Light, that Charlotte was gonna wreck me. I'm gonna play SSB here because like I said, Charlotte does a lot of AoE, so SSB is gonna get a lot of knockbacks. If he doesn't ban the SSB, the SSB is gonna pop off from the Charlotte AoE attacks. And I banned the Alencia because I was scared of him removing all my buffs, but maybe the Charlotte was the ban too. I'm not really sure. I think both units are fairly scary. But it might seem like SBR does nothing here, but I think she made me win the draft because Landy's really good into both Ray, Mort, actually Ray, Mort, and Destina. There's no way for them to be able to out heal the damage that Landy does, because Landy has speed buff, Landy has attack buff, Landy has everything here. CR push, like there's too much pressure that Landy does here, and SBR might not do anything, but you know, I think she was the reason why I won here because of the draft. I would argue. So I'm just gonna start tickling the Basar. He can't S3 in the Ray here because I haven't S3'd my Basar yet. If he puts immunity up, I'll just strip it later. So he's just gonna S2, give everyone a little bit of a heal and a little bit of a bear. Destina can S1 or S2 here. She can S2 to boost someone up, but she probably wants to save it for the Charlotte here because Charlotte's his carry here. So S1 and Destina is probably the smart choice, and he does do that. Hits into my Landy. Mort's gonna S3 here, get into Dragon form. It's a pretty squishy Mort, 19k. I don't really know how Morts are built, but like I said, this Mort isn't really optimal on my team because it just counters my stunners, and I'm not really, those aren't my carries, those aren't my win condition in this team, in this team comp against his. My win condition here is 100% Landy. I'm gonna put Barrier up, heal my Basar a little bit. Charlotte's going to probably S1, do an AoE. Man, Charlotte's still strong, I come to realize, and it crits to my green units, which is fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna S3 in Basar now because he does have a lot more healing, so I'm the one under pressure. I'm the one who's pressured to go offensive. I can't just wait it out forever because he'll just out heal me. And I'm gonna S3. I did knock back. I did not knock back both the healers because they're, like I said, they're pretty high ER as I know. I'm using S3 on SBR. It's not gonna stun the healers. It's not any of the green units, but it could potentially stun the Charlotte here, which I think it does. Yeah, it does stun the Charlotte. End up landing some burns as well, but I'm still in trouble because even though my SBR is useless, yeah, my SBR is pretty useless here, but Landy should be able to carry considering that, you know, the other 3 units were all focused on countering SBR. I almost killed the Ray. I'm actually considering whether I should have more DPS on my, after this fight. I wonder if I want more DPS on my Landy or do I just want more tank? Because like there's some fights where I wish I had more DPS, like in this one. I wish the Ray was dead here. That way it doesn't heal. Like if the Ray was dead here, I already won. But the fact that he survived means that I should have gotten more damage. But there's so many fights too where I wish I had more defense because my Landy just dies. So I'm not really sure. It's really hard to tell. That dual attack is for lucky, allows me to kill the Ray a lot sooner before Charlotte can take a turn. Charlotte takes a turn here. Gonna S1, I believe. Yeah, she does S1. Pretty good damage, man. Also anti-crit no work somehow. Pretty sad. But I'm gonna kill this Mort ASAP because it's taking a turn. S1 into both my DPS. Kills the Mort here. Pretty good damage. 10k on that Mort. That was half his health. That Mort only had 19k. Landy pretty good. Landy's really good. Damn. But he has twos. There's Charlotte, which is really scary because I almost killed my Landy. And from what I know, that Charlotte actually had not enough skill ups. That's the only reason why I survived. Also my anti-crit didn't work all the time, so if one of those anti-crit works, I would have been in a better spot. But if that Charlotte had skill ups though, I was definitely dead. So I'm gonna soul burn Landy here, deal as much damage as I can before the Charlotte kills me. Kill the Destina with a soul burn S3, get another turn. Hit the Charlotte there, and apply a shield here. But it's Frenzy's 3, and Charlotte has 100% fighting spirit. Because I soul burned, maybe I shouldn't have soul burned there. Because now I lost my anti-crit. I think that was a mistake, probably. But ends up soul burning his S3 here, and almost killing my Landy as well. But it's a pretty fun fight. Landy was definitely the carry in the fight here, but I'm gonna reiterate this over and over again. SBA was the carry in the draft. It forced my opponent to play a specific way because of how much pressure she does. If you don't counter my SBA, she will pop off. But it forced my opponent to hard counter into my SBA, allowing me to pop off with Landy. But this was a pretty fun fight. It was making me play in a different way, in a different style for SBA too. And GG shuffles. Always think our fights are always fun. And that's the end of the video. Hope you guys learned something, whether or not you should pick SBA from this Mystic rotation. Probably not. I'm personally going to play SBA a lot just because she fits my playstyle really well. And she is super fun. I'm going to enjoy building her even stronger and trying to burn and stun people over and over again. Anyways, I am a Twitch streamer. Links in the description below if you guys ever want to hang out on Twitch. Also, I have a Discord if you guys have any questions. Don't be too shy to ask me any questions. I will happily answer them. And I will see you guys in next time. Peace out.